Hey,
What's going on? What's happening? How was your weekend?
it was good. How was yours?
Uh, hmm, it was.
Mm.
Well, happy Monday, everyone. Welcome to the Commentary Zone Noontime Edition. As you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a little thumbs up just because we asked you to. If you haven't already, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. We're growing. We're so excited. Um, on the docket today, we have The Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 6, Episode 20, I believe, Reunion Part 3. Um, I was
Mm.
kind of exhausted watching this show. I tried.
What? Yeah, this is why I said three, like 4 parts was a bit much.
Mm-hmm.
I maintain that there's no need for a 4 part reunion because the show barely had three storylines. So what are you talking
Mm-hmm.
about?
And my thing is that okay, well, we all know that Robin had the least to contribute this season. And
Exactly.
I think they should have put her package as much as it was. They should have put her package with somebody else who was more exciting. Because talking about her, Ashley, and Karen in this last one, I was just like, okay,
Yeah, there's nothing there.
you can't put the three least uh, complicated plot lines together in one show.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. And the reason why I was exhausted, Wendy exhausted me. She
It
did.
wasn't. I mean, I was liking Wendy this season, and it just kind of all went away in this reunion because her reaction was so unnecessary.
It was a lot. It was loud. It was a lot. It was tiresome at some points. Some points I did laugh, but yeah, mostly I was exhausted with Wendy. She wore me out.
Yeah.
So wait, let's see who's in the chat with us today. Hey Susan. Hey Black Lavender. Hey Yanni. Let's see. Hi Trey. Welcome. If I was Robin. Oh, Yanni says, if I was Robin, it would be my last season. The way Andy kept disrespecting her husband to offend Ashley.
But he like it. Here's the thing though. I get Robin has no husband. But my thing is this: like he's only saying what other people have said all along.
But who brought that to us? Wasn't it Robin?
Yeah, she brought. I think I want to say it was at the reunion a couple
Yeah,
seasons ago.
Robin brought that little piece of
She was
news to us.
she was
So
trying
it's
to take a
Robin's fault.
she was trying to take a dig. If I recall, she was trying to take a dig at Ashley,
Hmm.
and she brought this information to the table, and everyone's like, "Huh."
I wouldn't have said that if it was about my husband that I claim to care about and love and want to remarry. I would not have done that. But that's just me. That's just me. Okay, so you get to drive. Where do you want to start with this mess?
Let's see. We might want to go character by character on this one. So we already got what's her face out the way. We got Robin out the way. What did you think
Wait,
about?
you don't
Okay,
want to give her package anymore?
I mean,
Nothing?
the most interesting thing about her was actually her going back and forth with Wendy. That was hilarious. I'm sorry, that was when you brought her out her poster board. Talking about right here, January here. You see right here, all about the tea. You sent me a text, and Robin was like, "You really spent money on it?" She was like, "Yes, I did." So you could see it. I was like,
Oh my
that was the
god.
most interesting thing in Robin's package because everything else she kind of skirted and avoided, like, um, when are they getting married? You know, that was the big one for me. But I like the fact that she did explain like what coaches' wives go through because she's
Oh.
absolutely right. The men aren't there.
Here's the thing. I like that she explained that, but then it confirmed to me that she should be on Basketball Wives and not this show. And then what I did like to hear her explain was the remember how she said Macy's and TJ Maxx was contacting her about her hats, and then she gave a semi-decent business explanation that she just doesn't have the profit margin in which to distribute to those stores, and that her profit margin works better for e-commerce. I wish you had said that shit during the season, because then I wouldn't have been looking at you so dumb.
Like everybody else.
I'm sorry, y'all. I got an Amazon delivery right before we came on, so I'm just checking to see that everything's in there. Ugh, sorry. Multitasking. Yeah, and I want to bring up her seasonal depression. I don't discount that she might go through a seasonal depression, but based on what we saw of her relationship with Juan, is it something more? I still think that y'all need some sort of counseling. You need to stop bringing up what it is that he did until you can purge that out of your system if you're thinking about remarrying this gentleman. And he needs to own up and give you the apologies that you seem to be wanting, and make some changes to show you something different moving forward, so that you won't constantly be bringing it up.
You can't keep moving forward if you keep rehashing old things.
Yeah, I think they need to both of them need to purge themselves of whatever happened in the past. Get over it if you want to have a future together. And I was a little confused by the baby thing, because she's giving herself until 43 to have the baby, and she's 42 plus enough, almost 43. So how are you supposed to have a baby?
I think she's giving herself until 43 to get pregnant. That's the way I took it. Especially when she said she's already 42 plus.
That's still cutting it tight, because she turned 42 a while ago.
True.
But good on you, girl. Good on you. Good way to tell him that you're working on it with an imminent deadline. Just say you don't want to have a baby. There's lots of women who don't want to have babies in their 40s, especially if they've already got two.
Yeah, that's tough. Like, do you really have the energy at 40, 44, 45, 46 to be chasing a toddler around?
Based on this season,
plus you have a business?
But she didn't have the energy to take care of the two that she has now. And they're self-sufficient.
True.
Well, Yanni thinks that she's afraid he'll cheat again.
I thought that too.
But then say what your real feelings are. And I don't think they should have a big wedding. I think they should just do like a destination wedding with their closest family and friends. That's it. Y'all already had the big wedding and it went up in smoke, and she sold his wedding ring because he wouldn't wear it.
I'm gonna say this. This may sound kind of mean, but if Rob was not paying for it, don't waste the money.
Yeah, child. But good on her that the hats helped her pay off her taxes and helped her with the down payment on her home. Good for her. Let's hope that she continues to pay her taxes. Okay, that's all I want to say. I wanted to give her a little something, since we really didn't give her much during the season.
Well, she didn't give us much during the season, so there wasn't much for us to give her now.
I know, but I feel bad for Robin. Who's next?
Let's see. Mia. She didn't give us much this time either. She really didn't say anything.
No,
if I'm remembering it correctly.
No, and whenever she did try, Wendy shut her down. Um, since he's with Mia, the husbands came out and G was there. He said he's basically there to support her and what she wants to do. He apologized to Ashley for how he was going at her on the bus that was in Chesapeake, right? Yeah, in Chesapeake. I liked that apology because he said after seeing it back, he had no intentions of hurting her feelings and he apologized and it seemed sincere. And I think Ashley was genuinely taken aback because she's not used to people apologizing to her on this cast. And she accepted the apology. I thought that was decent.
Exactly. He did. It was a sincere apology, but I don't think he really meant. He was just lit the whole time. So I was like, you know what? You probably not gonna remember, what you said.
Wait, hold on. So Yanni says, I'm sick and tired of Wendy Mia fight and Mia Candace fight. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wait. Trey says that she's not convinced he ever stopped cheating.
Oof.
Oh, Trey. Oh. Child. You know, Trey she sees into these things. Oh my goodness.
Right.
Wait. All right. So the what really got me totally exhausted with Wendy was when it was brought up what Mia said on social media about Chris, Candace's husband, tossed her salad. So what if she had said Chris had tossed her salad or something like that? And Candace had her say on that, and Mia said that she took it down, but it was not intended as he did do it. It was like what if kind of thing.
She said, "What if?" And it was more of a play. I think it was more of a play on the fact that he's a chef. To me, personally, honest.
Right. And then Wendy jumped in and was referencing the comment that she had made that Eddie couldn't even look her in the eye when they went to that couples thing at Karen's house.
Mm-hmm.
Remember at the beginning of the season? And Wendy went off on a tangent, a very, very loud tangent that I really didn't
It was ridiculous.
care.
It was
I
just
don't want
weird.
to be mean about this, but I just stopped listening to a lot of this show, especially when Wendy started talking.
It's because she was just her reactions do not match the situation. That's what it is, in my opinion. Because if you know, all her reactions were pretty much on this episode was they were very over the top, and there was for no reason. At least
Mm-hmm.
from where I'm sitting.
Hey, Larja, welcome, welcome. Okay, so Yanni says the fact that some of these ladies don't understand what a coach job is and he got someone else to cover for them to do other stuff is ridiculous. Isn't he the main coach? I believe he is the head
He's
coach
he's,
of
he's the
the
head coach.
university. Yeah, like he has to focus on that job because if you don't have like a decent season, you're fired. Like, didn't Manchester United just fire their head coach? Like, you getting paid good money, but you have to give return on investment in that particular field. And I didn't understand why Wendy was equating that to an attorney.
Yeah,
Um,
which is ridiculous.
she lost me on that one, honestly. But okay, girl. Well, that and the fact that Juan doesn't even care about this stuff. I don't think he has from the beginning, and he hasn't always had this position. He's only had this position for a couple of years. Is that right,
Maybe
Jamal?
2 to 3.
Right, because he wasn't doing this when they first came on the show.
No,
So,
he was coaching, but in the NBA. But I think he was like an assistant of some sort. So he was doing that, if I recall correctly, because that's why he wasn't filming so much, because he would move to get the job so he can get a head coaching job. So now he's a head coach at Coppins. No, it's a Maryland school. What is it? I can't remember what exactly. I know it's a Maryland school. That's why he can film.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, it is Coppin State. I was right. Okay.
Okay, hold on. Wait.
He's going into um his 5th year.
Wait, when you're head coach, there's 24/7 babysitting? What- Is that for real?
No,
Oh. Um, okay. I agree with Yanni on this. He doesn't care to be humiliated on national TV.
that's the truth though.
Or,
That's
Trey,
actually the truth.
focus on work, not on our mess. I love you. Oh my God. All right. So yeah, I didn't understand. Wendy was just firing in all directions. It felt
And not
like.
and not hitting anything.
Mm, ugh. That was the only thing that I remember with Mia. She tried to defend Giselle at one point, and Wendy shut her down. I don't even know what she was trying to say. Wendy just thought everything Mia was saying was irrelevant. Wendy was jumping in on everybody, Mia and Robin in particular.
Because she's mad at Robin, but she's not. I'm not sure why she's mad at Robin, and that's why I didn't understand. Why is when we might as well go to Wendy since we talk about her so much.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why she's mad at Robin for something with their friendship, but she's not telling Robin exactly why she's mad. And in Robin's defense, which I don't defend Robin often, I understood where she was coming from because we heard. I'm not sure people saw it, but or heard it. So they were going back and forth, and Robin said, "Look, you know, this particular rumor came out in January. Like at this point, we're in mid March, so I thought it was a different rumor." And we all said we didn't
Mm-hmm.
believe it. So there was obviously some sort of miscommunication, but Wendy never went to um, them and ask a question or say anything because Ashley went. Giselle, so sorry.
Bless you.
Sorry.
Bless you.
So what happened is like they never um because Giselle didn't feel comfortable talking to Wendy at this point because they felt something was off. Okay, I get that.
Mm-hmm.
So when Giselle went to Ashley and was telling her about it, Ashley's like, you know what, I'll talk to her. She's like, I've been through this. It's all half for me. I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool. And Robin's like, yeah, it may be better coming from you at this point. So Ashley goes talk to Wendy. Wendy's upset because they talked about her without her being there. That's what I'm getting from the situation.
Hmm. Do you think that Wendy is mad at Robin because she expected more from Robin since they seem to have bonded a lot during season one?
Yeah,
Isn't that who she bonded with first in season
right.
one? So, do you think that she has higher expectations than Robin's willing to give?
Well,
Uh,
when it comes down to Giselle, and Yanni said it right. She's mad at Robin for being Giselle's sidekick. Period. I would confuse too if you yelling with explaining the beginning of the conversation. I get that.
mhm.
And I
Okay.
totally get that because how can you explain yourself when someone's yelling at you and then won't let you talk?
True. True.
So
Mm.
Wendy's just mad at the end of the day. I don't understand why Wendy expected Robin to really be on her side anyway. I don't get it. Just Robin's gonna be on Giselle's side regardless.
Did you notice that when Wendy was yammering on about toss your salad, toss your salad, toss your salad, that Candace told her don't give her any more? and she instantly piped down?
What was that again? I'm sorry. Which
When
part? Which
Wendy
part was
was
that?
going on and on and on about toss your salad, toss your salad, toss your
Right.
salad. And then Candace, she said, don't give her any more. And Wendy instantly shut
Yeah.
down. I found that was quite interesting. So it made me feel like the two of them came in with an agenda to pair up.
Oh yeah. Remember they were in the dressing room and Wendy's like, I got your back at all times, girl. So yeah, because it was during the break. It was during one of the breaks. She went to Candace's room. I'm just here to check on you to see how you're doing. She's all, no matter what, I got your back. And Candace like, I got yours. Wendy said, no. Wendy said, you girl, I got your back, and I expect you to have mine. Something like that.
And I think that's the problem right there. She expects things that are hardly ever given with this cast.
Mm-hmm.
Did you notice how Wendy speaks for Eddie? Um, or it could be that Eddie's not saying nothing that's going to jeopardize him as a lawyer and his real job. This is an entertaining side thing for his wife
Mm-hmm.
while she, I guess, transitions from being a professor to this. Control freak much larger. No, I think of the two, it seems like Eddie is the more measured of the two, and he lets her do what she wants to do. He's not that bothered. Oh Lord, that doesn't fit her narrative. Wait, Larja, is she scared that he will say something that doesn't fit her narrative?
Mm.
I don't think he cares enough about this to say something that won't fit the narrative. I just don't. She answered, that's why they won. Oh. Well, she is competitive. She is a control freak, but I think it's because he doesn't care enough to participate. That's all. Child. We shall see how that develops. Are we finished with Wendy?
Did she do anything else ridiculous?
I can't remember. What'd you think about Andy saying we went from the binder to loose leaf paper?
That show was hilarious.
Wait, did we do Ashley yet?
Nope, not yet.
Oh, okay, good. Who's next?
Let's do. So we did. Okay, so I'm trying to think. We did Mia. We did
Robin
Robin.
or Wendy?
We should do the Candace.
Candace. Okay. We already talked about her and the Twitter thing with Mia. Chris comes out. He's wearing her little T-shirt for her album. Yay. Mama Dot calls. Her husband didn't look all that pleased. And then he tries to defend himself. Yay. And then at the very end, she defends Ashley. What? But okay. I was confused.
I mean, with the whole Chris. So I mean, you need to. I think Candace needs to look at the fact that her mother was around there, like stirring the pot. Let's just call it a thing. She was stirring the pot. Right? Okay. Chit chatting with everybody, and it's natural to ask. Like when you say someone's like your husband or your manager, you want to know, are they being paid? Because you're thinking, when you hear like manager, you're thinking he's actually handling the day to day business, which for me that thought process makes sense. And when they said I don't think so, or Dorothy said I don't think so, I was just like, what if he's managing Kansas was getting paid. How does that work? Like how are the bills being paid? It makes no sense. But then he's like, I'm not. When he explained it, oh, okay, you're just her like her PA
How does he have
essentially,
time for that though? Like, doesn't he have like work to do?
right?
And he said that they have opposite schedules. Like she's up all night and he's during the day and yada yada yada. But ain't your cooking classes during the day? Like I don't get it. Where are you finding the time to be her personal assistant? Can't she get a college intern for free? Like Sonia Morgan does to be a
I was just gonna say that. I was
anywho,
just going to
whatever.
say that
Because he said
because
he doesn't handle any of the finance, any of the contract, any of
right,
the signatures, nothing. He just gets out files or responds to emails or calls or something. Like, get somebody from college to do that.
right, you could pay them slightly above minimum wage and have a handle for you,
No, do it the Sonia Morgan way. They get course credit for being her assistant. She don't pay them.
and they get to be on TV too.
Yes. um, hold on. Okay, Larger Curve says Dorothy is wrong on all levels. Her disrespect is damaging to Candace's marriage. That sucks for a mom to do her like that. Dorothy's a liar. Even Candace said that she lied about stuff. It, okay, so I see Miss Dot in two different lights. I see Miss Dot as the mother who's trying to prevent her daughter from making the same mistakes that Dot made in her life. And yet at the same time, I see her mother pushing her into the same mistakes that Dot made in her life.
Hmm.
It's just so weird. And I'm so confused by it.
But Candace allows it though. That's another thing, and like, we can't forget that Candace allows this behavior. So if you're gonna allow the behavior and not correct her, she's just gonna continue to do it. So what I don't see, I see the problem, but if you're not going to correct the behavior, there's nothing you can't complain when she does the things she does. And I did feel bad, not bad. Let me take that back. It's not so much bad. I felt for Chris because like people act like he's like people act like I didn't come from anything. This is not. I'm like, well, we don't know anything about you. Let's be honest. We don't know anything about you. We don't know your background. You've never told us what you do, like your education. Nothing really. All we know is that you're a chef. You had a restaurant. You sold it from what we understand, and now you're managing Candace. That's it. Like we don't get to see what you do on a day to day. We don't hear about the projects you have going on. You don't talk about it. All you do is talk about Candace and how you be fighting with Miss Dorothy. I mean, what depth is there? We don't see it. We haven't been shown. So you can't get mad when people have a narrative and then you don't do anything to correct it.
Okay, so look what Larger Curve says. Did anyone catch the look on Candace's face when Chris clarified his position? What was that? Okay, so when he clarified his position as her glorified
Gopher.
secretary, or when I also want to touch upon what did he say with regards to he wasn't going to contribute to anything regarding Miss Dorothy until he was married or something like that.
Oh no, what he said
I had to
was
do
he was
something
like
with my mom, so I missed it.
okay, so he was explaining. So what he said was when they were dating,
Mm-hmm.
he was paying mortgage at he was paying rent in two places with him and Candace and at his other place. What he said was he's like, I was not going to like invest in their mortgage on a rental property until we were married.
Wait, whose place was he paying two mortgages at? He was living with Candace and then he had another place as
Yeah.
well?
Mhm.
How'd that happen? Like, was that for his kids?
I have to assume that's for. I would have to assume that would be for his kids, wherever his kids were staying.
Okay. And so then he wasn't going to pay on a third, essentially Mama Dot's place, until they were married?
Right.
But if you and Candace were already living together, oh, so I guess they weren't in Mama Dot's place. But weren't they in Mama Dot's place before they got married?
Yes. So that was an investment. I think it was. I want to say it was. He wasn't going to put. He wasn't. They weren't going to move into their own official own place until they were married. Like he wasn't going to put money into a place until they were married. Is what essentially is what he was saying. So
So
remember
he
they were living.
wasn't contributing when he was living in Mama Dot house.
I understand that either.
I'm so confused, and I thought
Unless
it was
unless
because I missed
unless
it.
unless they were living in a place before they got on the show, he was paying rent in both places, and then they moved into Mama Dodd's house, because it probably fit the show better. But he wasn't going to. They weren't going to go in on the house together until they were married. That's the timeline. That's the timeline I'm going to have to work with, and that's the timeline for me that makes sense. They
Okay.
were they were dating, they were paying rent on an apartment or whatever. Then when she got on the show, they moved into Mama Dot's house, to save the money to be able to afford their own house. But he wasn't going to move in. They weren't going to get a house together until they were married. That's the way I took it.
Hi, Ablavi. Hi, Ebony. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is exhausting, Ebony. It's a full month of reunion garbage, and I'm worn out by episode 3. So I agree with you. Um, I was just, I was befuddled by that, and I didn't get a chance to go back and look at it. So I guess that kind of makes
It
sense.
wasn't it wasn't fully fleshed out. It wasn't fully explained. So there's not much you can do with it, to be completely honest.
But I wonder if the reason why I look at Chris the way I do is because of everything that Candace has said about their setup from the beginning. It is
Correct.
not very complimentary to him as a fiance
Correct.
or as a husband or as a man in general who's supposed to be the caretaker and provider. She paints you in the worst of lights. And
Which
you coming all these seasons later trying to puff up your chest and try to declare, you is man, here you raw. Like, it falls flat for me. It just does.
that's why I said earlier, you can't allow this to keep going on and keep this narrative going and then come back and complain about it because you allowed it. You allowed it and Candace perpetuated it. So you can't come back at me. You can't come back being mad at everybody else for going by the narrative that you've allowed to be put out there about you for these coming years. Yeah, I'm gonna need Chris to sit this one out or acknowledge that.
Oh, sure was something different. Like, she can flap her gums all she wants, but if we're seeing you at the restaurant and we know that you're the owner or head chef, or you've got this prosperous online cookery school thing going, then show us something different, because then it makes what she's saying irrelevant if we can see proof that you're not that. And again, I agree with you, Trey. He always has a drink in his hand. That's not showing well. It just isn't. And it's because of Candace. Jesus. Um, I was wrong. Just a negative. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. Great. Glad you don't need the alternator. I've had to replace one of those before. They are expensive, Stephen. So yay. Um, let's see. What else? Mommy, her mother is her lifeline. Oof. Okay, so Yanni says the mortgage he paid for half, and Dorothy paid the other half.
Mm.
I don't know. I don't know. Okay, all right. So Yanni says he paid his rent and half of Candace's mortgage before moving in. Candace, gotta admire her.
Right. She got mama job and her husband paying for everything. I mean, who could be mad at that?
Mm-mm. Ebony says that we giving Chris too much airtime.
I mean, they had to do something to fill in because like I told you, they barely had 3 storylines, but they got a 4-part reunion.
I know.
That don't make no sense.
Tracy says, "Who cares about Chris?" Okay, so Yanni says what he said. It was that the home was an investment for Dorothy and Candace, so he wasn't going to pay for the full mortgage since it would be half hers.
Hmm.
Okay, I can
That
get
makes
down
sense.
with that.
That totally makes
Oh
sense.
my God. Larja, really? Bravo didn't distract me with these month-long reunions. The Roni reunion still didn't happen because Bravo enables black-phobic behavior and racist tendencies run amok freely without consequence. Larja! Oh my God. Let's see. Eat kids. Kids. Imagine Dorothy. Oh. Um, I don't like Candace's explanations. They leave me with more questions.
Mm. Well, she didn't really explain anything.
Mhm.
From where I sit, like she didn't explain anything. I'm sorry, she just didn't.
Okay. It could be editing with the cocktails. We all know Bravo editing is super, super shady. Um, okay, so Ebony says she's glad he came with a drink because he doesn't care. I said Dorothy's not helping them. Yeah, Dorothy is she rakes the muck in their relationship, and that's why I feel like she's always trying to warn Candace against making the mistakes that she made, but yet it feels like she's pushing Candace into those same very mistakes.
Right.
Um, yep, 2 people to pay, and she gets away scot-free. Well, good on her. Anything else with Candace?
Mm, with the canvas, no.
Okay, so who's next?
Let's do Karen because she didn't. She really didn't, all she gave was facial expressions. Facial expressions. That's all. Karen didn't say too much. Except for "Come on, Professor," that was hilarious. That was hilarious.
um, they did have the little package with her showing her season, and Ray. They asked him a question, and for the life of me, I can't remember what it was.
I
Um,
think it was in connection to Chris and Candace's relationship. Like, why do people like Chris wanted to know like Ray? When Ray pushes Karen to like do her thing and be out there, and Ray was talking like she needs to market herself, this and that. So that's what Ray would say. Like Chris, like, well, how come it's different? How come it's okay for Ray to like push his wife to do stuff and be supportive, but when I do, it's a whole something different? And I would like to know that. And Giselle said, well, they've been married 20 plus. What she said was Ray held Karen down for 20 plus years. She's all, that's the missing component. She's all, he held her down. He was the breadwinner. She's all, that's the missing component. I'm like, well,
see, what I would take from that is Karen is setting up her own company now, right? He had a
Right.
company for decades.
Yeah.
And so that's a business acumen that she can pipe into. And so when he's giving her business advice, it makes sense. Well, don't listen to the tax part, but like he knows about establishing a brand, marketing that brand, promoting that brand,
Mhm.
a product as well, because I think he was in technology, wasn't he? Bill Gates?
Software.
Yeah. Okay, so again, like I would take his advice, and Karen is not calling him a husbander either. She
Right.
is getting professional advice from someone who's in business.
Who's been
You're
there?
a chef. You ain't got nothing to do with music. And your husband and your wife is out here calling you a husbander, and then you're saying you're nothing but a glorified PA. Um, you ain't making no sense. Just wearing the t-shirt and supporting your wife is the equivalent of what I guess Ray would be doing, because you're not really interfering. You are just promoting your wife the best way you know how as a chef. Wear
But
the t-shirt.
and also there's a difference. Like you say, he was business making. Like if it came down to it, Ray could actually contribute to Candace's business.
Candace
Chris
business?
Chris couldn't.
Oh,
You know what I
okay.
mean? Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. I think that was a wrong move for Chris to say, how come? You know? But okay.
Yeah, that was the thing for me. He was like, "How come?" I'm like, "Well, I mean, he set himself up for that. He
Mm-hmm.
really did. He just totally
Mm-hmm.
set himself up for that. You can't say how come, and then when you get the answer, be mad. Because on this one, I'm going to side with Giselle. You know, that's 20 years of marriage right there. 20 years of him holding her down, and he understands, like, this is like she has a great opportunity, a great platform. This is what she wants to do. Yeah, I'm gonna be there to support her the way she supported me.
Mm.
So you don't have that history, and I agree with Giselle on that.
Okay, my next delivery is coming. Okay. Um, who's next?
Who's next? I think Giselle was the only one left, I believe.
Or Ashley?
Did we do? Oh, I thought we covered Ashley already. My
Did
apologies.
we? Because the only thing I had to mention about Ashley was when Andy brought up, um, didn't
That
your
was funny.
husband say he wanted to suck Juan's wee wee? I was like, we going there? Really? And then her response was, Michael doesn't even remember saying that. It was just a joke. Really?
Really? I don't think so. Sorry.
Ooh. Okay. But you go on with that joke, girl. Oh, and when someone questioned her, was it Andy, about Michael's behavior in comparison to G's behavior? And she said, Michael has never been overtly sexual to anyone on this cast. So we're not going to include crew, but okay. This
Right.
cast, but they show the clip of him groping the crewman from production.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, girl.
We gonna let you have that, Ashley. We're gonna let you have that.
Okay. I guess never mind. She's such a mess. I hope it pays off in the end, Ashley. I really do. I hope everything that you're going through pays off in the end. You're sitting there on your reunion show, and you're saying that your husband isn't there because he's sick, and he says he gets the case of reunions every year, so he doesn't have to show up. Him and Juan, and you're like, no, he might have pneumonia, but he won't go to the doctor. Girl.
Mm-hmm. Right. Oh, Ashley.
Oh Lord, Trey, you're a mess. Maybe it'll be about Ray and Karen's attempt to open a bed and breakfast in Surrey County. Each room complete with Wi-Fi and a 3-wick candle.
I mean, I could see the Dom Hotel. I wouldn't put it past Karen
Oh my God.
or Hotel Dom, something like that. Don't put it past her now.
La Dame House.
Okay, no, no,
Yeah,
that sounds like a brothel. I'm sorry,
no, La Dame House.
that sounds like a brothel.
And what do you think that them candles smell like?
I'm not gonna say it on
All
camera.
right. Show me the video of him call Yanni, for real? Yanni, you a mess. And then who's last? Giselle.
Giselle's last.
Yeah. So basically, she only had the very beginning where we picked up the episode with Wendy going in on her regarding her tummy tuck and whether she got to keep Jamal by getting that. And she didn't really say much else other than in the Chris moment. Like she kind of stayed quiet. And then at the
Hmm.
end of the episode, we had the introduction of Nicki Minaj as the new host. And her first question is to Ashley. And she says, basically, you had no storyline. And is that why you went down? You brought your breast milk to Williamsburg to be Giselle's cohort. And Ashley said that's not how it was. And, Nikki's like, you just had a baby. You should have been at home with your baby. And Candace said, no, she has to work.
Hmm.
I was a little confused by the defense.
Yeah, that was weird. I wasn't expecting that. I think
Not from
I
her.
you know what it is though. To be completely honest, I think what they were doing is that they know Nikki's gonna be messy, so it's kind of like we need to sit together on this one. I don't like your behind, but we in this together because she's coming for all of us.
Oh,
Well, that's the way I took it.
but Candace and Ashley? Like, I was expecting Giselle or even Robin. Yeah, just not Candace.
I mean, basically, here's the thing: you have to realize Candace is now quote unquote in the music industry, so she gonna need some kind of ally because she know like Nikki's gonna talk about her music. Candace is not dumb.
Oh, yeah. Did you see the clip that she's asking
Yes,
her to sing and she doesn't want to sing?
right. Not acapella is what it is.
But she has a good voice. We've heard her sing. Like when she sang a
Um,
happy birthday. Remember that season she sang happy birthday? Or was that Luann? I might be confusing people. Sorry, never mind. Take that back. I think I might have confused her with Luann.
hmm I
I
think
don't
that's what it
know.
is.
I don't know why I
Um,
thought that she had a good voice though. Like
I mean,
we've
her voice
heard her
isn't
sing.
bad. Her voice isn't bad, but she's not what you would call a vocalist. Is what it is.
Oh.
If that makes sense. She's not a
Right,
vocalist.
but if you were pursuing this music thing, like this is free promo, you would want to showcase your talents on the reunion.
I mean, here's the thing. I mean, if you're gonna call yourself an artist and put out an album, why not sing?
Yeah, because you have to do it eventually, right? You're gonna have to like market the album, go on all these talk shows and do your little singing thing, and then hopefully go on tour where you can make some actual money.
Because everyone knows not everyone can sing live. Let's call a thing on that. So she shouldn't be worried. She shouldn't be worried about that. Not in the least.
Did she sing at her wedding? I just feel like I've seen her sing on the show before.
I want to think. I want to say she sang at her birthday.
Oh.
That's what I think it was. To be honest.
Hey, Priya. Black Lavender says she didn't have her auto tune set up.
Right.
Mm-mm. She can do it. Oh, okay. So wait, she has been singing since day one. She can do it. She might be intimidated by Nikki.
I think what it comes down to, she doesn't want to embarrass herself.
Okay.
That's the way I'm looking at it.
Priya says that she's excited for Nikki, but she should have been there throughout, and Wendy
Throughout
was
that,
boring.
yeah, because
Mm-mm-mm.
Nikki's gonna ask the questions. That's what's gonna come down to. Nikki's gonna ask them questions.
Okay, so wait, Andy should be worried because audiences wants him to keep the ladies 10 toes down. Oof. Andy has a lot of things to be worried about at this point. So have we hit everybody?
Yeah, that was everybody.
Why do I feel like I hope they bring back out what's she name? Ascala during Nikki's part because she got 15 minutes and 2 sentences. Wow. That's not fair.
Nope. And she was a pleasure to have on this season.
Hmm. Mm-mm-mm. Well, anything else about the episode?
For me, no. This is just an episode. This is just a filler episode completely, in which they didn't need.
Do you think the Nicki Minaj portion will be any better?
It's gonna be hilarious because it's gonna be super messy. That's why. Sorry, it is what it is.
I'm holding back judgment. I'm just fearful of the Bravo okey doke. That's all. But
Gotcha.
guys, this was the Real Housewives of Potomac season 6, episode 20, reunion part 3. I was exhausted.
Yeah, I was mad for watching this.
You was mad? Oh my god.
Not mad. It's just ridiculous. I don't like when Bravo does this. Like, here's the thing: you guys make these schedules in advance. You can do things the right way for your audience. This was not the right way for your audience, and that's why. Because this, like, realistically, they could have done this in 3 parts, if not 2 90-minute parts. Let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
This could have been done in 2 90-minute parts, and everybody would have been happy. But you want to drag this out for 4 long parts. And like I said, 4 long parts for 3 storylines, barely 3 storylines. And I stand by that.
I'm just shocked that they put this reunion for sweeps month.
Yeah.
It made no sense, but okay. Do you, Bravo? Do you? All right. So, any final words? Did I ask that already? I don't even know. I'm so
No, we're
tired.
good.
Oh my god. Well, guys, tune in tomorrow where we will be talking about the Salt Lake City gals and continuing their silly little trip to Vail. Did I like that episode? I think I did. Ain't that a shame that whatever. But tune in tomorrow where we can all be totally revolted with Meredith again about what's
Meredith is
happening.
Meredith is a whole mess, and I'm kind of liking her more and more. I didn't mind. I kind of liked her last year because I could relate to her being like disengaged when people start yelling. Yeah, we're not doing the bullshit. But she and Lisa were interchangeable. But this year, she is just a whole mess, like crying and boohooing, and I'm not gonna boohoo over somebody's a situation that's not mine. I'm just not.
Well, I can agree with her on that one.
I know I agree with her sentiment, but I'm not gonna sit here and boohoo and cry and blow snot.
Mm-hmm. So, guys, come back tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, so that we can further dissect the disintegration of friendships on Salt Lake City. So,
Exactly.
until next time, my friend.
Of course.
All right. Bye.
Bye.